Jimmy Kimmel, the sharp-tongued late-night host whose monologues have long been a battleground for political satire, recently opened up about the turbulent period surrounding his temporary suspension from ABC. In a candid discussion at the Bloomberg Screen Time event in Hollywood, Kimmel revealed a more introspective side, acknowledging that his fiery responses can sometimes veer into aggressive and unpleasant territory. This admission came over a week after his return to the airwaves, a comeback that briefly skyrocketed his ratings but also highlighted the precarious balance between comedy, commentary, and controversy in today's polarized media landscape. The catalyst for the suspension was Kimmel's pointed remarks following the tragic assassination of right-wing commentator Charlie Kirk, a figure whose provocative stances had frequently clashed with Kimmel's liberal-leaning worldview. Kirk, known for his leadership in Turning Point USA and his unapologetic conservatism, was gunned down in a shocking act that sent ripples through political circles. Kimmel, ever the provocateur, addressed the event in a monologue that conservatives decried as insensitive and inflammatory. He described the killer's motives as rooted in ideological extremism, drawing parallels to the broader dangers of unchecked rhetoric on both sides of the aisle. What ensued was a firestorm. Right-wing media outlets amplified clips of his comments, framing them as celebratory or dismissive of Kirk's death, leading to calls for Kimmel's ouster. Kimmel, speaking at the event, reflected on the initial shock of the backlash. "I didn't think there was a big problem," he admitted, his tone a mix of bemusement and hindsight. He viewed the uproar as a deliberate distortion by certain right-wing networks, an attempt to weaponize his words against him. In the heat of the moment, Kimmel fired back with a rant that escalated the situation, lambasting the critics for hypocrisy and selective outrage. This response, while cathartic for his base, only fueled the flames, prompting advertisers to pull support and affiliates to waver. The Federal Communications Commission (FCC), Chairman Brendan Carr's veiled threats against station licenses added a layer of governmental pressure, transforming a TV spat into a potential free speech crisis. During his week-long hiatus, Kimmel turned to introspection, spending the weekend in deep conversation with Disney Entertainment co-chair Dana Walden. These discussions, he shared, were pivotal in helping him process the whirlwind. "It helped me think everything through, and it helped me just kind of understand where everyone was coming from," Kimmel explained. Walden, a key architect of ABC's late-night strategy, provided a sounding board for navigating the corporate tightrope. For Kimmel, who has helmed Jimmy Kimmel Live since 2003, the suspension felt like a personal affront but also an opportunity for growth. He confessed to a reactionary streak. "I can sometimes be aggressive and I can sometimes be unpleasant. And I think that it helped me really having those days to think about it." This vulnerability marks a departure from Kimmel's usual on-screen bravado, where he often positions himself as the everyman punching up at power. Kimmel's career has been defined by such boundary-pushing moments. From his early days as a radio DJ in Palm Springs to co-creating The Man Show with Adam Carolla, a raunchy hit that showcased his irreverent humor, Kimmel has always courted controversy. Jimmy Kimmel Live evolved from celebrity banter to a platform for social commentary, especially post-2017 when his newborn son Billy's open-heart surgery inspired heartfelt pleas for healthcare reform. That vulnerability humanized him, boosting ratings and earning Emmys. Yet it also made him a target. His jabs at Donald Trump during the 2016 election cycle turned the show into a resistance hub, with monologues that amassed millions of YouTube views. Trump's retaliatory tweets, calling Kimmel a boring host, only amplified the feud, cementing Kimmel's role as a liberal lightning rod. The Kirk assassination commentary fit this pattern but crossed a line for many. Kirk, at 31, had risen as a Gen Z conservative voice, authoring bestsellers like Campus Battlefield and rallying youth against woke culture. His death, allegedly at the hands of a left-leaning radical, ignited debates on media responsibility. Kimmel's initial take, that Kirk's rhetoric sowed division, was clipped and recirculated, stripped of nuance. Republicans, including Trump allies, accused him of stochastic terrorism, inverting the term Kirk himself had wielded against progressives. The backlash was swift. Petitions garnered thousands of signatures and Carr's FCC statements hinted at regulatory scrutiny, evoking McCarthy-era chills. Kimmel's return episode was a triumph of sorts. As many as 6.5 million viewers tuned in, tripling his average and marking his largest audience in over a decade. The special featured a defiant opener where Kimmel addressed the elephant in the room, blending self-deprecation with sharp wit. He mocked the outrage machine, quipping that his suspension had done more for his visibility than any promo campaign. Guests like George Clooney and a surprise musical number underscored the show's resilience. For that night, Kimmel reclaimed the narrative, turning victimhood into victory.